everyone. I've stopped over to talk to Mark Pederson of Off Hollywood. Mark, you've been coming up with really innovative, interesting stuff, and here in Chicago you've brought yet another really cool tool. You want to tell us what you got here?
Yeah, so what we're showing is we're showing a couple of the different OMODs. So OMOD is a product line that Off Hollywood developed. It's a bunch of different modules to add additional functionality to Red DSMC2 cameras. Any DSMC2 camera, whether it's a Raven or the new Epic X or a VistaVision or a Scarlett W. So we're showing the OMOD Command and the OMOD Command RT. The key difference between these two modules is that the Command RT adds a full internal focus iris zoom control with RT motion.
Okay, so the idea of the breakout box here, kind of what was your inspiration for coming up with the breakout, and what specifically were the challenges you wanted to address with this?
Sure. So I think the key thing about having a modular camera system is, in order to make to realize that in an effective way, you need to have a bunch of different modules. And there's no one perfect camera for everyone, as you know, so people want to use different things. Many times in professional environments, we have all these boxes attached around the camera. You can't even see the camera. So the idea is, and there's a lot of redundancy besides the fact that you're making a big ball of spaghetti with wires, and there's a lot of redundancy in terms of just electronics that could be reduced if you make it more integrated. So for example, in these two modules, we have integrated Ambience ACN wireless timecode. So there's no more locket box. We have essentially the industry's best locket box in the camera, and that locket box also, that ambient ACN talks directly to the metadata of the camera. So for example, I guess you do some B-roll to show this. You can slave the OMODs to an ambient master locket, so there's no rejamming, it's all wireless, it's all instant and perfect and frame accurate. So
the OMOD does become the time code.
Yeah,
or the master, I should say.
Well, it can be a master, but the best way to use it is that the OMODs are receivers for your master timecode clock, which is either an ambient slate or the ambient master locket. So then there's no resyncing or rejamming.
I guess what I was trying to say is you still have the accuracy associated with the ambient product.
Yeah. Yes, you have the ambient accuracy. And because we generate our own Genlock inside from the ambient clock, we slave the shutter to the Genlock signal, so now we are 100% frame accurate. So in our tests, we've done like 16 hours, taking the battery on, off, powering the camera down, turning it back on, and we're 100% frame accurate. So it's pretty cool. And then the other big thing is that is in both Command and Command RT is the independent 3 independent SDIs, and we have 2 internal color processing channels. So what this means is you could take the 2 monitor paths that the DMC2 cameras have. They have an HDMI monitor path and an SDI monitor path. You could take either one of those or both of those at the same time into our video processing engine, and then in 2 channels process completely different 33 by 33 by 33 LUTs, and output those any way you want between the 3 SDIs. So you can do things like HDR and SDR at the same time, or you can have one SDI going to Video Village, the other SDI with your DIT or colorist, swinging the knobs. Nobody can see what he or she is doing, and then he or she pushes a button and instantly updates the other SDI. So.
Okay, so obvious question, price?
So the OMOD command lists for $4,499, and then the Command RT is $4,999. So essentially adding full 3-axis viz for $500 more. They also, both units have a dual-band Wi-Fi radio. It's extremely powerful, so you can connect multiple devices at the same time. So you can do full control at the same time that you can live grade from. We support Pomfret Live Grade. We now work with FilmLight's pre-light application. We work with Q-Take, and we work with Codex Live. And I think ColorFront will be ready soon.
So lots of connectivity. You want to tell us about your focus?
Oh, we're talking about RT Motion? So RT Motion is a lower price point focus iris zoom control. There is the 3.1 hand controller. This again is not an Off-Hollywood product, it's RT Motion. It's one of the integration partners. We plan to launch OMODs in the future that have different lens control. But this is a really robust, low-cost system. It's been used on, it's a favorite because of its range with people that do a lot of drone work. So it's used on the last James Bond movie for drone work. So it's a pretty cool, robust system, very affordable for owner-operators.
So on that, I just kind of use this as one example. You were mentioning the ability with your box to also integrate with other products, such as you're working on Cinetape, right?
Yeah, so what we have done with the design is that we tried to think of what we'd like to do in the future or the different possibilities. So we sort of have overspec'd the hardware to allow us to do many things, and which come down to firmware, right? So we do have on both of these units, there is two serial inputs. So we could take a serial signal from some other device like a Cinetape, and we can process that data and write it to an SD card, the SD slot on the OMOD. It allows us just to do different functionality things that the camera doesn't do, or extend it, essentially.
Precisely. So you're kind of just making it a very convenient pathway for potentially, things that ACs have in their kits already, but you just make it easy to integrate into the RED system.
Yeah, and I guess the fun part about it is that you don't have to rely on the camera manufacturer. I mean, they have enough on their plate, of course. So, and that's the beauty of having this API, the RED's API, which is called RCP, RedLink command, their protocol for talking to the camera. So we've sort of created our own brain that talks to RED's brain. So it allows us to work with other third-party integration partners and not have to tax the engineering resources of RED. So awesome. It opens a lot of possibilities.
Yeah. So just awesome functionality. Look forward to using it. Awesome product.
Great.
Fantastic.
Well, hopefully you'll be selling a lot of them at AbelCine.
Well, we hope so. Okay, so thanks, Mark. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.